Even though Nigeria has left the competition, but we must still talk about it because it's a World Cup.
Yes, it is.
Let people remember that it's a World Cup, just like the men FIFA World Cup is the women's FIFA World Cup too. So we have 3 European teams there and one from from Australia. It's supposed, you said it's a first timer.
Yeah, definitely. All the previous world champions have been knocked out of the competition. There's no US. This is the first time in 20-something years there's no US in the semi-finals. Not even the final, as in the semi-finals. This is the first time you're not getting to the semi-finals since the tournament began. So there's no US, there's no Japan, there's no past winner. Bottom line,
yeah,
no past winner. So everybody in the semi-finals is a first timer to win it. So they're going to win it for the winner is going to be a first-time winner. And we have England, we have Australia, Australia semi-finals. But tomorrow is the first semi-finals, and that's going to be a hot European clash between Sweden and Spain. You're going to see tiki-taka versus tactical, resolute defending in Sweden.
The compact team. You remember when you asked me if I should rank teams that have impressed? I put Japan there and Sweden was second. Japan had to meet Sweden.
I don't know why they met. They should have met in the finals or something.
Japan had to meet Sweden. They had to cancel each other. You saw how close it was.
Yeah.
You saw how Japan, even though they went 2 goals down, they have even won it 3-2.
They were just not. It was just not their day.
It wasn't their day. So Sweden has gone through. I think I still rank them, favorites to still be at the finals. And England have been pushing their luck.
They've ridden their luck twice now. And if we watch the highlights between England and Colombia, once again, the game was gifted to them. First by the goalkeeper, the second one by the defender. And
sloppy
defending, terrible, horrendous.
I think the Aussies will give you this
with the crowd supporting them. I didn't expect Australia to pull that one against France. And France, they've not been great this tournament. In all fairness, they were a shadow of the France we saw at the World Cup when they hosted it. But then again, maybe the advantage they had was the home advantage because they were the hosts. But they didn't deliver at the level they delivered, in my opinion. But it's 4 years down the line, so maybe some of the players are old. But they pushed it. But I didn't expect a 0-0 full-time result. And big ups to Australia because nobody has been able to figure out this Australian team since the Super Eagles Super Falcons rather did what we did to them. And they've been impenetrable. They won their last game 4-0 against Canada. Their round of 16 and quarterfinals straight through as well. And I'm wondering,
maybe just maybe.
Why?
It just shows you
Falcons.
It just shows you what the achievement that is perfect. Even though people have played down the achievement and said, what did they do? They didn't do anything extraordinary. We shouldn't be celebrating round of 16. But it just shows you how, with the progress of this Australian team, the feat the Super Falcons achieved. You can see the penalty. The French hit the bar. If he enters, we go another round. Anything would have been knocked out in penalties. And sometimes people say, hey, it would have been the first person, it would have been. That's how it is.
It is what it is.
Even the best players will hit the bar. Kevin De Bruyne.
US knocked out on penalties. Nigeria knocked out on penalties. So it's
just what it is. But it's poised, and like I say, let the best team.
So we'll be looking forward. We will, of course, bringing you updates on that one as it progresses. And we'll be here tomorrow to analyze that game, the semi-final game between Spain and Sweden. All right, so let's quickly do a short one. We're going to go on a quick break right now, Dixon. During the break, before we go on the break, quick one, I want to ask you your thoughts. Who do you see going to the finals? I'm just going to pick Sweden and Australia for you on your behalf.
If you choose that, you're actually correct.
Oh, wow. let me say that's what I want. I don't know if that's what it's going to be, but that's what I want. I don't want Spain. I don't want England near that finals.
Well, I know
this
why
one is bad, Bella. It's okay.
I know why you don't, but if you look at the Aussies, I think they deserve to be where they are. Host of the country, you could see they're determined. And with the English team that are pushing their luck, there's where the luck can push you to. Except it's written in the stars for you. but they've rode on their luck so much. I just think maybe it's just
They could be third time lucky. They've done the first one against the Falcons. They've done the second one against Colombia.
Maybe they just think, maybe it's just, they might just be believing that, maybe this is just a year. I can play the not exciting or fancy football and still go through.
Yeah.
But I just think that this Aussie, they are smelling blood now. They know that
I think one thing the English
soil.
girls have going for them is that they're not in over their heads on this one like they were the last World Cup, where their coach Neville, which of the Neville?
Gary.
Was
no,
it
Philip?
It was Phil Neville. Where he put on unnecessary pressure on the girls, where he said if they don't win the World Cup, then their campaign was a waste or something like that. He put it in those kind of lines. And as soon as I saw that or watched that clip, I just said, you know what? They're not going to win this tournament because unnecessarily you've just put unnecessary pressure on the girls. And they did lose that semi-final game against the US. All right, so we're going to go on a quick break. During the break, we'll show you some highlights from the football is back. Big news over the weekend, leading to the weekend. Harry Kane has finally left Spurs. Tottenham Hotspurs. No, that's just a cup game, and it's like Community Shield. So it's one of those.
Yeah,
things.
it's one of those things.
It's one of those things.
People were throwing banter like, what? Before the game, I had a friend that sent me a message and said, "Now Harry Kane is starting, and there's trophy to be won. He's going to bottle it because of Harry Kane. He's going to bring the Spurs blood to."
But I don't really agree because
I'm like, come on.
RB Leipzig won that same competition, this same cup last year.
Yeah.
So it's a thing. So trust me, Bayern didn't read too much meaning to it. Let the real league start, and so we'll show you some of his coming to. I'm so happy for Harry Kane personally because I believe he deserves trophies with
Bayern automatic trophy.
Yes, but
yes, they've dominated the last 10 years.
Yes, they have in Germany. That is
in Germany,
but they haven't been successful in the Champions League, especially.
Yes, last year was the last match. The 36. The last game. I think there are 18 teams in Germany.
Yeah, that they won it.
So last game 36. It was the final day. Dortmund just had to draw, right?
They blew it.
They blew it.
Yeah.
So I don't know this season.
Yeah, so that's why they've probably gone to get reinforcement in Harry Kane. Ever since Lewandowski left, they've been firing blanks, and that's the truth. Choupo-Moting has not stepped up to the game. Gnabry has not been as consistent. I mean, he's not as an outright striker. So I mean, they've been firing blanks. But now, for me, I'm so confident in Harry Kane and what he's going to do because he's done it time and time again. I won't read too much meaning to it, but it is what it is. They lost that game 3-0. But I saw some of the chances that they wasted. I'm just asking myself, if it was Harry Kane, will you waste it? Nah, he's not going to waste it. Bayern creates chances, that's for sure. So they just need someone to convert.
Like people will always say, and I will always say that the league is a marathon, it's not a sprint.
Yeah.
You can't, like me, for now, I know a lot of people will be asking, and that question has been flying up and down, like, who's going to do the first, who do you predict to be the first top four?
We did that question on Friday, myself
I just think that before you analyze and actually get into it, match day 6.
I already can tell you the three that are already inside.
Because
18 teams have played already.
Yes.
And it's remaining just United and Wolves. So I need to see United's game to know whether they're inside the top 4. But I already can tell you 3 that are already inside the top 4 based on what we saw. Let me tell you the truth. It's business as usual. We're continuing from where we stopped last season. Watch the games. Okay, I'll let you finish.
I understand. Some people might get carried away by the Newcastle scoreline 5-1. Yeah, they were great on the day. Let's not also forget that this is a Newcastle team that last season didn't have European commitment. Now that squad is pretty thin. Like I said, the squad is pretty thin
and inexperienced as well.
It's going to have a tell on this team. So when we start looking at the first game and all that, now I'm going to say that we know why I said match day 6. Because now the transfer window hasn't closed yet. And if you quickly judge a team by this first game, now they go ahead to bring in some players. It might change the dynamics of the team totally. Now, you talked about Harry Kane coming into Bayern. It brings in a whole dimension to Bayern, and the firepower is stronger. So imagine a team that you watch the first time, never gave a chance. gets to improve their team after the transfer window, it changes the whole dimension. And that's what I'm saying. Match day 6, maybe injury
But that's
with injuries.
match day 6 is for analysts and pundits, not for octopuses like you.
It's enough for octopuses like me.
Octopuses
Because
like
you know what I'm
should
saying
be
now.
able to have
Now,
foresight.
we saw the game against Chelsea and Liverpool, and like everybody said, and rightly got it right. The game was screaming for the two teams. The game was screaming for an enforcer, the Makadele, the Mikel Obi, the Michael Essien type of player for both teams.
Yeah.
Now Chelsea goes in to get Caicedo. Now the deal is done. It's just the medical that is going to be. It's 150 million pounds.
15. I'm based on this. I want to throw something at and if you're watching, what happened? You made a comment when Liverpool seemingly swapped the deal and made it 110 million pound offer, and you said naturally people will go towards where there's where it seems like it's tasty or the better side, meaning because Liverpool is playing in Europe somehow, even though it's the Europa League, but that was the kind of vibes you gave, that naturally he would tilt towards that direction. So how do you want to explain it that he left a record-breaking 110 million, even though he's still breaking records with his fee though, but he's going to a side that is not playing in Europe at all. So I would like to hear your response to that, and because you've berated this Chelsea team for so long and so much.
You can't berate Chelsea. They are a powerhouse in Europe, whether you like it or not. Whether they're in Europe or not, they always command the respect from players. Players will always want to go there, no matter what. But you know, before going there, I'm going to touch on that. But like I said, Caicedo coming into that Chelsea brings another dimension into the team and puts the team in another level. Trust me, it puts the team in another level. And
you hope. You can only hope so, because you don't know if it will click the way you anticipate it to.
Yes, but every signing for every team, even the Harry Kane, is still hope.
Yes, I know. I know.
Every signing is going to be risks. But again, the quality of the player is always going to be there. They say, you know, form is temporary, class is permanent. This is a player I've watched closely with
a Brighton player. Brighton has been very good at selling scam players to people. Like
let's look at
Cucurella.
But let's look at McAllister yesterday for Liverpool. Even though he was put in a more deeper role, which he plays more advanced, but it was fantastic on the day.